Hello, assalamu alaikum, and welcome back to Elsutra's kitchen. My ladies, today's video is about me cooking, as how I cook my catering business meal. And I am taking you guys shopping to shop the grocery with me in my favorite grocery store near my place. In this Asian market, I get almost everything that I need, including my halal meat section. Everything here is just amazing, fresh, and looking ready to go. So I will be buying all my groceries. As you can see, we have the scotch bonnets here at Tarugu, and I also got moringa here, zogale, which is so rare to find. I also get this kind of red peppers, which is so amazing. They have yam here, they have cassava, they have the organic ginger, they have all this parsley, oh my gosh, cilantro, almost everything. And at the back of the store here, if you look at some section, you will really find some items on sale. Like this whole garlic is just $1, this entire garlic, and this tomato is just $2, and this bell peppers is $2, and you get to get all the 4 options of the bell peppers. So cheap. And I got my meat here. I have some vegetables, so I will be going around the shop with you guys just to shop. This is the moringa I was telling you about earlier. I just found one. Sometimes you come here and they're out of it. I just picked one pack for myself. I'm going to go freeze it and just be making some smoothie with it. Okay guys, we are back home, and this is everything we just brought from the grocery store. I have everything that I need here, including fresh thyme. I have some fresh mint, I have some ginger, I have some chicken here. I also have some beef that I just got out of the fridge that I already have. Okay, so in order to prep for my cooking, I am getting my gloves ready because I'm going to start working on the meat. So usually I just marinate, cut my meat, wash it off, and marinate my meats before I start cooking. I usually do this part a day before. So if you're cooking as a business owner, you don't want to be late on your order, so try and do your prep ahead of time. So my main point is, number 1 tip is wash your meat, cut it up, marinate it, and put it in the fridge overnight. And then if you need any vegetable, try and cut it overnight and put it in the fridge, including your onions. If you want to crush them, you can actually just crush them in your food processor and put it in the fridge. And if you have some vegetables, or if you're going to be making salad, do all those things ahead of time and put them in the fridge, so the next day everything is going to be easy and super fast, so you get your order ready on time. Because food business from home is really a bit kind of hard, especially if you have your kids around your house. You will be dealing with the cooking, and the kids will be coming around in the kitchen, as I'm speaking from experience. So right now what I'm doing is just marinating my chicken, which I'm going to be frying, because I intended to have at least 2 different kind of chicken instead of just making the same one flavor. I will be frying this chicken, and then the thigh section of the chicken I will be making it in a different recipe. So I have all my dry ingredients here in the chicken, including chili powder, some coriander powder, some chicken seasoning, some salt, some black peppers. I have some ginger garlic paste in there. I also added some vegetable oil. So now I am mixing everything, and this chicken is already ready to go into the marination bag. So I'm just putting it into a ziploc, and we are going to save this chicken in the fridge until the next day, where we will be frying it. For the thighs, I'm going to be marinating them in my favorite recipe of the curry chicken, which I already have the recipe on my channel. I'm going to link the link of this actual recipe of this chicken. I don't want to go through it anyway because I have already done the recipe before, but it's a mixture of yogurt and a lot of different kind of spices. and some cilantro mixed all together. I'm going to link the actual detailed recipe of this chicken under the description, so if you need to know everything that I added into this curry chicken, you can have it. I also have my beef here that I just cut everything, and I am going to be boiling this meat. I am adding my salt, and I will be adding all the necessary spices that I needed to go into this, which include the black peppers. I'm going to be also adding some chicken seasoning. I will also going to be adding some ginger garlic paste into the mixture, and I will be adding some cut onions into the meat, so that I will boil everything and make the meat tender. So I will be adding a little bit of water to boil this meat, because I don't want to add too much water. I want everything that I added into the meat to stay together and the flavor to stick together as well. So I forgot to add my thyme, which I just did. So meat is perfectly cooking, as I am going to move into the next stage of blending my tomatoes and red bell peppers and some onions. So this is where I am adding it into the pot together with my fried vegetable oil. I am going to be making some stew, and I will be frying the meat right now so that we can all get the stew going all together, because I am actually multitasking at this point, so everything needed its own time. So what I did here was just took out some meat, the beef, in my food processor. I processed it a little bit and I kept it aside. So in my blended tomatoes, I am adding some tomato paste, and I'm also adding some chili paste into the tomato, as well as frying the meat on a different pot. So my tomatoes is done frying, as I am going to transfer everything into my pressure cooker to make sure everything is cooperated and cooked evenly, because making stew is the worst soup that I can make in a day. It's actually really messy, and I don't like it when the tomato is cooking. It's messy. So I added all the spices that I needed for the soup, and I also added the chicken broth, the meat broth that we just boiled from the meat. So the fried meat that we did, I'm also adding back into the stew at this point, so that the stew is going to be complete and without hassle, because I'm just going to have it in my pressure cooker, and it's going to be done in about maybe 10 to 15 minutes. We will have the oil coming up, so we'll be done with the stew. So my ladies, this is the point where everything is mixed together and it's going into the pressure cooker for about 10 to 15 minutes, and we will have our stew ready, inshallah. So the next thing I'm going to just do is I have a little bit of marinated chicken here that I grilled. Actually, it is not going to be part of this order. This is just something that I think I have a little time in there to squeeze and make for the family. We're just going to be having it in a salad. So I am just grilling it on the side while all my other items are cooking, because I am that person that just want to make everything at one time and I'm done. As you can see, Our stew is so done completely. Look at the oil, it just came up. Oh my gosh. When stew is done, everything is in control. So what I have next here is some rice in my pot that I am boiling, or I will be boiling for about 15 minutes as well. So as I have another in my rice cooker here, the white rice, I am going to be making tuwo with this one, because as for this order I'm making, it's not actually a paid order. It's actually just my choices of food I am cooking for a friend that just had a baby, but this is exactly how I does my order cooking. But the reason why I'm saying this is because, so if you're thinking about, oh, does the clients order this and that, no. So the clients is not even expecting this order. This is just my choice as someone that had a baby. I'm just willing to make some food for her, and I'm sure she will appreciate different kind of flavors coming in. So if you remember these tights that we marinated in the curry marination, is just there. So here we are with the rest of the tomatoes that I blended earlier for the stew. I have a little bit of the red bell peppers in there with some onions and some garlic that I blended all together, and I'm just slightly frying them in here. I am adding some paste of tomato and some paste of chili. I'm also adding my spices to make my jollof rice. I also added some meat broth, a little leftover meat into the mixture, and I'm just going to let this fry a little bit, and I will be adding my rice into this that I boiled earlier. So this is the method that I use in making my jollof rice. I usually just boil my rice halfway through so that it is easier and faster way to cook it. So this is the amount of rice I added into the mixture, and it's done. So for my vegetables, I'm going to be using them for the potatoes later, and I have my marinated chicken here that I'm going to be deep frying. I wanted to use air fryer to fry this, but then I wanted it to be a little bit more crunchier than what the result of the air fryer is going to give me, so I decided to deep fry them, but I use in a smaller pot to fry them slightly so that I won't be wasting a lot of oil, because I hate repeating oils for other purposes. So I just use a little bit of oil to fry those while I'm working on my other item. So the next item I'm going to continue to work on is the potatoes that we boiled earlier together with the vegetables that I also cut. So this is the first batch of the chicken out, and I put another batch. So my next item I'll be working on is the potatoes, and what I have here is my eggs, and I'm going to be putting back the potatoes that I boiled for about 10 minutes. I also added the parsley and some onions and that beef that we grounded earlier into the pot. There is also some vegetable oils in there, so I am slightly frying them in a really light or small oil. So this is just going to be a kind of a salad way of a potato meat salad with some veggies. So I am just slowly roasting them in the pot, and what I have again is some seasonings. I have some crushed chili peppers in there. I already boiled the potatoes with some salt, and I will be adding just like curry, some salt and some black peppers into this, and this is just ready to go. Like, you can have this salad with almost anything you want. And what I did here next is, because I am also making tuwo for her, so I decided to make miyan kuka, which I just got some of the stew that I made earlier, put it in there, add some more water and add some more spices, and then make my kuka with it. and that is the tuwo almost getting ready. And what we have here, finally everything is done. I have some white rice here. I also have the jollof rice that I made. We also have the stew, the fried chicken, that potato salad, the grilled chicken out of the oven is also ready. We also have all this much tuwo that we just made from the rice cooker. It is so easy, and that is the meal cooker that I always also made last. So as you can see guys, this works out really fine. The prep time makes my life easier, and everything you see here we made on the same day, so there is no any shortcut to this. I just do my prep ahead of time, and the next day I start cooking. So thank you so much for joining this video, and I hope you enjoy how I make my orders. Thank you. Bye.